Hello, friends. Dr. Sarah Donovan here again from Oklahoma State University, board member of Oklahoma Council of Teachers of English, here to talk to you about the descriptive paragraph, if that is something that you would like to submit to our Young Writers Contest for grades 6 through 12. So let's go ahead and get started. Our descriptive paragraph is 500 words. So let's take a look. I don't want to make you dizzy here, so I'm just going to put this over here. Okay, so for the descriptive paragraph, we had many wonderful submissions for the 2020 anthology. We had submissions from Cooper Osborne, Caitlin Chen, Kennedy Roach, Caroline Draper, Cole Collins, and Katie Foster. Move this so you can see everybody, where they came from. Look at these wonderful examples. The anthology examples are right up there, so you can take a look at the wonderful examples again, so that you have some mentor text and get a sense of the expectations and the hope of what we're looking for our anthology. But also, maybe you're going to look at these and think, I'd like to try something slightly different, and we welcome that as well, as long as it's a descriptive paragraph and 500 words. So when you're thinking about your descriptive paragraph, I think it's really helpful to think about swimming in the moment. I know this sounds kind of strange because we're not like actually going into water, but the descriptive paragraph is a way for you to bring readers right into a moment, right into a scene full of senses, smells, sounds, colors, shapes, textures, feelings, specific words and actions, personification, simile, metaphor, all of the wonderful things that you've learned to integrate in a very crafty way so as to help us feel that we are in this moment, swimming in the moment of this one particular object or person or experience or memory. Any of the things from the personal narrative video, if you look at the range of topics there, or the heart map, any of those would be great topics for the descriptive paragraph. So let's take a look at this wonderful topic of The Magic Metal Tube by Maxine Kingston. Once in a long while, 4 times so far for me, my mother brings out the metal tube that holds her medical diploma. On the tube are gold circles crossed with 7 red lines, each joy ideographs in abstract. There are also little flowers that look like gears for a gold machine. According to the scraps of labels with Chinese and American addresses, stamps, and postmarks, the family airmailed the can from Hong Kong in 1950. It got crushed in the middle, and whoever tried to peel the labels off stopped because the red and gold paint came off too, leaving silver scratches that rust. Somebody tried to pry the end off before discovering that the tube falls apart. When I open it, the smell of China flies out. A 1,000-year-old bat flying heavy-headed out of the Chinese caverns where the bats are as white as dust, a smell that comes from long ago, far back in the brain. Wow. Okay, so all this is just a memory of the metal tube, taking us right into this moment where the mother brings the metal tube. But it's not about the mother, really. It's just about the tube and what happens when the narrator kind of holds it and opens it. So you can see I have some things highlighted here or bolded, or you can see. So the metal tube, 7, the little flower, Hong Kong in 1950, those are really specific descriptions. Then you have the colors, the gold and the red. And then here you have in the purple, these are really vivid verbs: crushed, peel, airmailed, pry. Those are really specific ones. And then in the blue highlight, these are figurative language, like gears for a gold machine. What's that called again? Oh yeah, simile. Or a 1,000-year-old bat flying, right? 1,000-year-old. The smell is a 1,000-year-old bat flying out of the Chinese caverns. Like that image of an old bat flying out of the kid, that's the smell, right? That's the smell. So that's a great metaphor. And where the bats are as white as dust. So not the black bats that we're used to seeing, but they're as white as dust, right? So that's a simile, and we're talking about the medical diploma is white, right? And the bats are white. You know, we're not talking about bats here, but it's a really metaphor for old and color. All of that is in there too. a smell from long ago, far back in the brain. So we can see so much happening in this one paragraph. And who knows, like this one paragraph may take as long to write as a 2,000 word short story or a 1,000 word personal narrative, because you have to really keep editing it out and then putting in really specific words. And I think a thesaurus is really helpful for this. If you don't want to say yellow, you might find gold, or gears, what, imagery will help you do that. So there's so much in here that's a really helpful object or helpful method for looking at the descriptive paragraph. So if you want to pause, you can even read this description down at the bottom too. Here is a really helpful graphic that that teachers might want to use, or you might want to create on your notebook here. Just a memory, action, or experience that you want to use for your descriptive paragraph. And what's the significance to you, maybe even to readers? Like, think about your reader again and how you can bring some significance to it. Like, if it's really important to you, I think that you can find a way to bring us right into the moment where we're sitting alongside you and feel that similar importance. So this is a graphic for sensory language: smell, sound, color, texture, shape, emotional feeling, an opportunity to fill in some similes, like what might it look like, personification, what does it do, how does it move, and vivid verbs, so kind of thinking through things. And I really love going on websites looking for clever similes, clever personifications, looking up verbs in the thesaurus. Like, all of these are great ways to generate more language. So I think this kind of graphic is helpful to like pull all the words together and then start drafting your paragraph. Okay, so that's it for today. We are just doing a little quick intro into the descriptive paragraph. I look forward to reading your descriptive paragraph. And once again, the people who are going to be reading your descriptive paragraph are from the Oklahoma Council of Teachers of English. For the Young Writers Contest, the due date is mid-December 2020. That's this year, just a few months away. Make sure that you get your descriptive paragraphs to your teacher with plenty of time for them to give you feedback, and also to submit the form. And remember, they have to get your permission and your parents' permission before submitting your writing to the Young Writers Contest. We really look forward to reading your descriptive paragraphs and swimming in your words. So we will see you